Can we address for a second Mercedes Schlapp, who was
Mercedes
widely
Schlapp, she's a White House staffer, and she said in a private meeting that leaked out the other day, quote, "I stand with Kelly Sadler." And again, in this private meeting with Sarah Sanders and Mercedes Schlapp talking to the communications staff, more upset apparently about the leak than they are about the comment.
Obviously a horrible joke, but then for people to come out and say, "I stand with a staffer who did it." Listen, Mercedes Schlapp is a person, her and her husband, there's a big New York Times profile, who told America that they stood with Donald Trump through his worst times out of patriotism and duty to their country. I'm sorry, Mercedes, you are never going to make America great again when you trash the legacy of someone like John McCain, who has done more for this country, served more, suffered more than anyone in that White House ever did. So spare me the fake outrage over a bad White House Correspondents' Center joke when you stand by someone who denigrates someone like John McCain.
I guess what I don't understand, Michael, is I can't imagine anyone I know making that joke in private. It's so cruel. I mean, he's dying of brain cancer. It's horrible.
We've all seen bad jokes in private and public. I think that the White House is looking at the leak because, there's so many leaks out of the White House. I understand that Kelly called Meghan McCain and apologized to her. I think she handled it well by doing that. I think if this was a comment said on the record by the White House, they would absolutely have to apologize. This is a leak by some people who are working hard to undermine this president. I don't think it's the White House's responsibility to apologize for it. It's already been apologized for. I think we need to move on and stop wringing our hands about it.
Jake, but this tone is set at the very top. We all remember when Donald Trump was insulting not only John McCain, but every American service member who has been a prisoner of war as part of their service during the campaign when he said, "I prefer people who didn't get captured." So this tone is set at the very top. The White House does, though, an apology to John McCain and to all the other service members that the president has denigrated over the course of his campaign and as president of the United States.
Listen, McCain has, for the longest time, been a combative senator. He's worked very hard against this president. He's done things to undermine this president. You have to understand that not everybody on this planet loves John McCain, but at this point in time, we all need to step back and let his family and the senator
it's really disappointing.
Live in peace.
You know what?
It's really disappointing.
We'll come to you after the conversation.
It's really disappointing, though, when the target suddenly becomes John McCain and not the person who made the comment or the person who stands with them. It may have been said in private, but it is public now. Making a private phone call to apologize is not enough. Apologize publicly. It's the right thing to do.
And I let the family be in peace. This is the second phone call Meghan McCain has to take from someone apologizing. Rather than spending those precious moments with her family, she has to take the time to listen to these people apologize. That is grotesque. And then go in the spotlight and then have everyone watch her response. That is a sick thing. A lot of people go through these terrible situations with family who have cancer, but to do it in the public spotlight and then pretend like you're the good guy because I called to apologize, no, that's a double whammy of disrespect against that family.
Mitt Romney, who's running for Senate in Utah, tweeted after this comment, quote, "John McCain makes America great. Father, grandfather, Navy pilot, POW, hero bound by honor, an incomparable and irrepressible statesman. Those who mock such greatness only humiliate themselves and their silent accomplices." Silent accomplices. That's a strong statement for Mitt Romney.
Yeah, Mitt Romney's got a habit of making strong statements like that when it comes to mocking or coming out against the White House. Listen, politics ain't beanbag. This is a very difficult arena. And John McCain has been out there punching with the best of them.
But this is, I'm not making fun of people with cancer.
Of course you don't. I think it was a joke made in bad taste. It wasn't a joke made in the public arena. We don't know that it actually took place. It's a leak. But at this point in time, the White House needs to get a handle on who's leaking out of that place, because this stuff is just absolutely outrageous.
Jeff?
Look, the problem they have over the White House, the reason why they have leaks is that there's nobody over there who has loyalty to the principal. He stands for nothing. They're all grifters. They're giving the country away to the rich and the powerful. There is no cohesion over there. You didn't see this kind of leaking in the Bush White House. You didn't see this kind of leaking in the Obama White House because people over there had a common purpose. There's no common purpose over there. It's a feeding frenzy.
Is that one of the problems here?
Well,
No,
a comment that Rudy Giuliani recently made sticks with me when he described Jared Kushner as possibly disposable in the Russia investigation. And I think that is the mentality at that White House. Anyone who's not helpful to their agenda is disposable, even if you're a war hero. And keep in mind the context of this discussion. They were talking about John McCain's opposition to the CIA nominee who has a record supporting enhanced interrogation techniques, which
Like John
Congress
Brennan.
now considers torture. We had a big debate over that. But that is why they said, well, he's dying anyway. He suffered through those kinds of torturous techniques. And then they said, too bad, he's disposable.